Again, looking at it, you might say, what am I going to do? It's always the same thing. Can you simplify this? And let's just go through that. So I see an X there. I see this long grouping symbol over here, and I see a 3 over here. What am I going to do? I'm going to try to simplify this first. And what do you get there? You get 2 plus 4 times x, which is 4x, plus 4. What's next I'm going to do? I'm still going to simplify. What do you get over there? 4x plus 6 equals 3. Still simplify. You get 4x squared plus 6x equals 3. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to try to get it into that form of it equaling 0. All right? So, again, you may look at that, what am I going to do here? There's a variety of things you could do, including completing a square. What I'm going to look at is if I could factor it, though. All right? And what I'm going to do is I'll talk about the AC rule again. What's the AC rule going to be? I'm using the AC rule. Well, A is 4. The C is minus 3. What does that give you? That gives you minus 12. I have to find two numbers that multiply to minus 12. And those same two numbers, whatever they are, would add up to 6. All right? And looking at that, it just doesn't seem possible. All right? Like you might say, oh, I think it's this and that. Like, for example, you could say, oh, 6 and 2. By the way, I'll talk about science later. But, you know, there's no way that's going to work. What's the other one you could try? Oh, maybe 4 and 3. There's no way that's going to work. No way. 12 and 1. No way. So I'd say like the AC rule would be a dead end for me. All right? So again, you could go to, complete a square if you want, but I'm going to tell you, one of the reasons that most students will not go to complete a square is this coefficient over here. It's not a 1. If it were a 1, it would be very easy to deal with, though. All right? We'll talk about another technique later. So what I want to do is just talk about what I would probably do now is just use the quadratic formula. All right? So I get a little better at this. I'm at the 15th problem now. I'm going to say I'm getting a little better at this now. What goes on the bottom? Twice the A. That's going to be 8, because the A is 4. The opposite of the B. What's the B? The B is 6, so it's minus 6. Plus or minus. What do you get there? You get the B squared, which is 36. Then what do you get? Minus 4AC. Let me write this on the side. Minus 4 times A, that's 4, times C, which is minus 3. That gives you going to be 16 times 3. Well, 16 times 3 is 48. That's plus 48. All right, let me keep going. You get 8. You get minus 6, plus or minus. Well, let's see, 36 and 48. 30 and 40, 70. 76. And then you get 84. All right, I'm going to look at the 84 now. I'm going to start to break it up. 2 goes in 84 42 times. 2 goes into 42 21 times. And of course, what he left off with 3 and a 7. So I know there's a perfect square there. And that perfect square is going to be 4. So 84 equals 4 times 21. And I can take the square root of the 4. So minus 6 plus or minus, the square root of 4 is 2. Then you get the root of 21. This is all over 8. What I'm going to do now is divide the top and the bottom by 2. And what do you get? Minus 3 plus or minus root 21, because 2 divided by 2 is 1. And 2 goes in 8 4 times. I'm going to claim this is what x is. Again, just to speed the process up, I want to talk about what's in the key. And certainly it might be a longer problem. I'm hoping to see the number, though. What I'm hoping to see, this number over here. So let's take a look. X equals minus 3 plus or minus square root of 21 over 4. I want to point out, if you're doing a multiple choice exam, they might do some wacky things over here. And you might think it's wacky, but they do it. What are they going to do? Factor out a minus 1. Let me do that for you, and then I'll write the answers down for you. If you factor out a minus sign from the top, what do you get? 3 minus plus root 21. So a lot of times in a multiple exam, they actually write two answers down in set notation. All right? What's the first one going to be? 3 minus root 21 over 4. What's the next one going to be? 3 plus root 21 over 4. I want to point out, I think that's a good answer, by the way, but we're talking about multiple choice exams, by the way. I want to see if those are written down for me, and I think they are. So I see this one here. That's going to be, the opposite of that quotient, which is 3 minus root 21 over 4. And I see this one over here too. It's going to be the opposite of the quotient 3 plus 21 over 4. And we're good to go to the next question. Thank you.